Is online,
Okay, yes. We can see.
Hello, I'm online, yes. Welcome to all participants of our conference. I truly regret that I couldn't come to Karachi in person. As time is very limited, I will try to present briefly some things related to my topic. The topic refers to the Sino-Russian strategic partnership developing in the 21st century from the perspective of Pakistan's security interests in a broad international context. Particular noteworthy is the new strategy implemented by Washington in the Indo-Pacific. Pakistan is gradually taken under revision in the 21st century. The activity of two powers, and China and Russia, is one of the leading trends that challenge the global hegemon and strategic interests of the United States. Foreign policy of Beijing and Moscow, as well as Sino-Russian relations model, have influence on modern international security systems. One of the instruments to ensure that the United States continues undergoing and profound transformation. In this context, the working hypothesis can be formulated as follows. The observed Sino-Russian rapprochement serves Pakistan's security interests as well as economic interests. From Pakistan's perspective, the strategic partnership between Moscow and Beijing is of particular importance for maintaining strategic stability and balance of power in the region. This directive translates into the search for guarantees of cooperation with both countries by Islamabad. Pakistan seeks guarantees of security and stability, joins forces with its traditional ally, China, and at the same time it introduces a certain novelty to the strategy by establishing cooperation with Russia. In order to bring the issue closer, it's necessary to try answer two main questions. Firstly, what factors influence the Pakistani perception of Sino-Russian approachment? And second, what interest do Pakistan have with China and Russia at this stage of the global and regional game? As time is very limited, let me focus mainly on the external factors and community of interest that influence the Pakistani perception. Pakistan's policy towards the Sino-Russian tandem cannot be separated from international conflict. As the international context of Pakistan's foreign policy changed, Islamabad's relationship with China and Russia also began to evolve. It must be admitted that the dynamics of change in the international arena at the beginning of the 21st century is exceptional. Pakistan must adapt its foreign policy to this new dynamic and find new modus vivendi in a new reality. Among the most important international determinants of Pakistan's policy toward both countries, the following are particularly noteworthy. First, a change in the global balance of power, which also affects the regional level. Important elements of this change are the growth of China's power and influence, and the relative weakening of power projection and reduction of the influence of the United States. The global power transition triggered adjustment process in all political grids and was noted in the strategic documents of all the most important players. This process takes on a particular dimension in the Indo-Pacific region, which is a relatively new geopolitical construct. The concept of the Indo-Pacific originates from the United States security strategy of the Barack Obama presidency. The idea of connecting the two oceans into one coherent geostrategy and geoeconomic entity was then developed by the administrations of Donald Trump and Joe Biden. This concept is not necessarily close to the strategy of the two continental powers, namely China and Russia. In their rhetoric, Moscow and Beijing still use the term Asia-Pacific region, showing the duality of the region where continental centers of power compete for China's sea power. But both countries are certainly reacting to the Washington's policy modification. They are particularly sensitive to changes with the radar technology. The second factor is the anti-Chinese strategy being increasingly created by the United States. No longer the Chinese see American activities in Russia as a threat to their security interests and an obstacle to their own economic development. It must be admitted that Beijing maneuvered for quite a long time to avoid the so-called Thucydides trap. As a result, the interests of the United States and China are naturally colliding now, and this trend probably will only deepen in the future. American initiatives such outlets and cost means that the Chinese had to find an influential ally with a similar view of international relations. In the face of two threats, China's traditional strategy of non-involvement, neutrality, and not entering into alliances may turn out to be ineffective. The aim of Chinese actions is to limit the risk of peace and anti-Chinese initiatives. Beijing will begin to create a network of political, economic, and military ties with the countries of the Indo-Pacific region. In fact, the Chinese want to create sea and land connections between all continents. This is, of course, a vision calculated for many decades, but the strategic thinking of the China always has a long perspective. This model fits both on the long-term Arctic-Pacific plan, Russian concept, Northern Sea Road, integrated with Chinese Ice Silk Road, and Pakistan, and will go to the Indian Ocean and further to the Persian Gulf as a part of the Chinese String of Pearls strategy, one belt and one road initiative. This way, the Chinese, Russians, and Pakistanis can cross the Eurasian transcontinent from south to north and from east to west. With the infrastructure they control and through them the sea and land road from Asia to Europe. It will definitely change the balance of power in the global economy. This is the purpose of project that can capture and strengthen Chinese influence in three oceans: Indian, Pacific, and Arctic. It is worth noting that Russia is likely to become an important supplier of strategic raw materials to the Asian market in the long term. This will affect the energy security of both China and Pakistan. As a result, both countries will become one of the beneficiaries of the forced withdrawal of Russia from the European market. The global energy system will also transform, and the risk of dependence of slots, key lines of communication, will be reduced. This will deprive Washington of one of the instruments of pressure on China. The common perception of external threats connect Russia and China. China and Russia are well aware of the limitations and know that the inevitable collision of strategic interests with the West requires them to be flexible in their cooperation. Both powers show that strategic cooperation and rivalry that does not enter into the phase of strategic confrontation and hostility is possible. Cooperation also requires them to concentrate on their power and combine their complementary potential. In this game, they need allies with a favorable geopolitical and geostrategic position. Pakistan is certainly one of them. The third factor that worries Pakistan and affects its perception is certainly the strengthening of India's position in the region. This is related to the strengthening of the Indo-American strategic and defense partnership. This emerging engagement between India and the United States is based on their shared interest of complicating the security calculations of Pakistan and China. Thus, the strategic partnership between India and the United States provides a significant variable to Pakistan to dramatically change the dimensions of its security and strategic relationship with Asian powers such as China and Russia. For Pakistan, this partnership will provide it not only an option to maintain balance in the region vis-à-vis India, but it will also provide it with an alternate to the United States in the form of realizing its relationship with Russia and China. In 2016, the United States entitled India as a major defense partner. Since then, both the countries have signed many pacts allowing each other to transport to their respective military facilities, along with the mutual sharing of real-time sensitive military information. The remaining of the oldest and largest U.S. military command from U.S. Pacific Command to U.S. Indo-Pacific Command in May 2018 indicates the importance of India in the strategic calculations of the United States with regard to Asia. Carefully noted Islamabad and Beijing. Support also noticed Moscow, which saw in this correction an opportunity to stimulate its approach to China and Pakistan. This intensive engagement between India and the United States, although fundamentally is being pushed to lead the China economic.
Dr. Ewa,
okay.
Go to the conclusion. Okay.
Okay. Conclusion. Fourth external factor that affects the Pakistan perception is the withdrawal of United States forces from the 2-decade-long Afghan operation. It's the fourth. To sum up, it can be said that from the perspective of its regional security, Pakistan sees a convergence of its interests with China and Russia and even the stage of development of international relations in the Indo-Pacific region. Pakistan, like many other countries in the region, will be forced to shift the main vector in its foreign policy that will guarantee security in the face of a number of threats. It's clear from the intensity of contact that China is Pakistan's priority. That, on the other hand, is a kind of additional protection and an opportunity to maintain the balance of power vis-à-vis India and the United States in the region. Finally, allow me to quote some words that old soldiers of the Cold War period and practitioners of political realism said just that. He said that the contemporary world is in chaos and becoming more damaging than it was during the Cold War. I really think that maybe this time is Thank you for your attention.